ready for it. Make a voice firm so you can't ignore it. Talking shit like I'm fixing toilets. Shag a riff, I can see me torn. Torn cuffs, shades on, shirt off, strapped up, Molly down, blowing strong, riding around. The demonstration hold 50 rounds. I'm a fool with it. Got ratchet niggas that's cool with it. You got a cold heart till that ooh hit it. Stop fucking with me. Got my mind set. See my mind state is at a high rate. Next stop, Texaco.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey, and we are back another week, another Wednesday. Happy hump day, everybody. We are here. Whew.
What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Skylyne Mark.
My name is T the Busy Bee, and we have a special guest with us again today. She comes on the show quite often. She's one of our favorites.
I love y'all. Hi, everybody. It's Shenetta, Malkia, the Empowered Life Queen.
Yes.
Whew.
Right.
Yeah, that's where I'm at today. Whew.
I think that's where we're all at.
Yeah, man, it's been a lot. So, like, where to start?
How's your week been?
You know, honestly, I have a new project that I'm working on, and it has been getting great feedback and great, like, pushing forward with everything.
Good.
So, like, today and yesterday was the day of yes. So I'm extremely happy about it.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, that wasn't, but it's okay. I'm definitely extremely happy about that. However, T the Busy Bee is losing her
Mojo
on the busy side.
Okay.
And she wants a break, okay?
I think we all need a break.
And I don't know, like, I know when I'm going to get the break. It'll be Black Friday, but, like, it's Wednesday this week. Black Friday is, like, next week. So, like,
and
I got to
push. You cooking?
No.
Okay.
I don't think I'm cooking. I haven't gotten that far just yet because
I know you cooking.
I'm cooking.
Like, Thanksgiving's
I ain't
going to be
cooking
different.
Thanksgiving Day. Unless I go to someone's house and they're like, can you cook something? Then that's the only way I'm cooking Thanksgiving Day.
I know that's right.
Because I'm doing all my cooking this Saturday, this Sunday.
Yes.
If you would like to come and assist
Shameless
me
plug.
with these 10 trays of food, by all means, come help a brother
Mark, I
out.
don't know why you keep...
Look, stop.
You're so
You
hard-headed.
know what's so cute though? About this weekend, what's gonna be so sexy is we got some help.
Yes.
We got a whole lot of help.
So it's Feed the Homeless weekend again.
Yes.
Definitely made it to Feed the Homeless weekend. Saturday is going to be in DC from 11:30 to 2:30, and on Sunday it'll be in Baltimore from 1 to 4. It's going to be such a great weekend. We have so many volunteers. Like, I don't even know how many volunteers we have.
They both going to be all
It's going to be all beautiful.
I know.
What I'm excited about.
Do we got a DJ for Saturday?
You know, I can make something happen.
Hey, make that happen. Because we got one for Sunday.
So DJs, I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. We need you. You can reach out to me, Shenetta Malkia. Let's have some fun while we clothe and feed the homeless. What's beautiful about this event for myself and working with the team is that we actually see the changes in the families that we meet every month. Mm-hmm. And then you see some of the repeats. And then you see the families who don't come anymore.
Yeah.
Last month was really special for me because I saw a friend of mine that I hadn't seen in about 15 years. And to see him was a blessing. Mm-hmm. To let him know there was no shame. To help him look for work, to help him just to re-encourage him. Because it can happen to anybody. We think that life picks and chooses who is affected, by different circumstances, but life is no respecter of person. It can happen to anybody in a blink of an eye.
That's it.
Yes.
Stop being selfish.
So, Mark, how was your week?
My week has been busy. So, had a meeting with Chick-fil-A today. Yeah, didn't make that because of traffic.
Okay.
I went 3 blocks.
I already know.
In 49 minutes.
I already know.
I was heated.
Why didn't you get out the car and walk?
When I got to where I knew where I was going, I did get out. John is my witness. He was like, yo, that's a long walk. Hey, I said, dude, we've gone 3.5, 4 blocks in 49 minutes. We have another 7 blocks to go. I got someplace I gotta be.
Yes.
At any point, let me tell you, like Ubers and Lyfts and traffic. If I'm close to my destination and I'm stuck in traffic, I'm getting out the car. You go on and press that end button. Like, I'm getting out the car and I'm walking. Why? Because especially if I work somewhere where it's like work or it's like a special meeting, like I can make it there if I'm walking. At least I'm not like 30 minutes late rather than like 2 minutes late because I done ran through traffic a little bit, you know, might
Get
be a
them
little
steps
crazy
in.
nevertheless.
Get them
But
steps in.
She said,
you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
What you know about that?
You
Listen,
definitely-
everybody in these watches and counting their steps, I think it's so cute. I'm not into it, but congratulations to everybody.
Yeah, I'm not into it
That's how I
either.
know when and how I was burning calorie-wise, what I was doing last
I
year.
bet won't nobody use it on Thanksgiving Day.
Nope, they gonna cheat.
Be sitting down eating all day.
Right.
Look, I can shake my phone.
Beans, tomatoes,
I can get that workout. I can get that shake on in my phone
Yes, indeed.
while I eat.
While you
Burn the
eat.
calories while you eat.
While you eat.
How about that?
Can you do that?
I don't know.
Wow.
Look. We
busy
was at the
beach, you
spot
getting
last night, and these 3 girls next to me, they were having a gathering. They had other people coming, and the one girl says, "Nah, man, that's fried. I gotta watch my calories." One girl said, and I wasn't ear hustling. I promise you, I wasn't. But you know, when you're at the bar, you talk a little loud, so
Yeah.
everyone hears your conversation. Shorty says, "Girl, it's the daggone holidays. Ain't nobody looking at no calories."
There you go.
I said, "Shoot, I am.
So what you use?
I got 25 pounds I gotta lose by New Year's because I gotta get up in this suit."
I know that's
What?
right.
It is not a game. I'm cheating 2 times. Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner,
Okay.
and this weekend.
And this
weekend.
Saturday, Sunday. I'm cheating.
So what about Christmas?
Cheating like
What about
a
Christmas feast the homeless?
sin. Huh? What?
What about Christmas feast the homeless?
Oh, yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Look, always bringing up old stuff.
That's not old. It's in
I know,
the
it ain't even
future.
happened yet.
Dang! Like you just jumped a whole year ahead.
And look, I was trying to bypass
Talking about
that.
some bringing up
I was trying
old
to bypass
stuff.
I
that.
know that's
I
right.
was trying to bypass that.
I know that's right.
Look, give me a little bit of slack.
A little bit.
I mean,
just-
I'm
I don't need a whole
I
lot,
was
just a little bit.
I was just asking. You said you was cheating on those specific
mean-
days, so I want to know if you was going to cheat for Feed the Homeless too or not. You know, it's
I
part of the
mean, you know,
game.
I know.
So
We're gonna get this out here real quick so y'all know what we talking about. So we got a very long weekend. So let me get my box and let me make sure this ain't all up in my hair.
I don't know what's going on with Mark over here.
I got issues today.
That's all right.
Trust the
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, listen clearly because I'm going to speak clearly and I'm only gonna say this once. I sound old, don't I?
You sound like one of those principals, you know, the boring principal.
Right,
that be talking on
So-
the mic. Keep
All right,
going,
Charlie
I'm sorry.
Brown. All right, so this Friday, today's Career Women. It's all about the ladies. Ladies. It's all about you. Y'all doing big things. And y'all do not get enough credit for what you doing, where you've come, where you've been, and where you're going. Y'all are managing things. Y'all are running corporations. Y'all are entrepreneurs. You're starting your own businesses, your own nonprofits. You're doing big and better things than what you were doing last year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago. Once upon a time in this state, let's go there.
Let's go there.
I don't know where we
The head person for the National Guard was a woman. The mayor, not that we really care, was a woman. To be continued on that one.
Yes, definitely, because we got some things to talk about when it comes
Boy,
to her.
did y'all hear the news today?
And what? Yes.
Sheila, is that Sheila?
No,
that's
Pew.
Oh, Miss
Like
Pew.
Pew?
Pew?
Petty LePew?
Petty LePew?
Yeah,
Okay.
the Pew done hit the fan today.
Okay.
We're going to talk about it just later.
The Oh, I can't think of the other one. But see, this didn't go down when she was in office. It went down when Stephanie Rollins Blake was in office. So you had the city prosecutor is a woman. You had the National Guard's the person in charge is a woman. The mayor is a woman.
Awesome.
Women are doing big things. So, Women's Appreciation Night. You get in free. You got drink specials. I don't know what the drink specials are. I know sangria is only $5. And if you don't know anything about this sangria, it's some good stuff. Sangria, 930 North Charles Street, Midtown Baltimore. It's like driving. It's like 5 minutes from the Inner Harbor. Unless you're in rush hour. If you're in rush hour, it might take you 20-30 minutes, if not longer. Just saying. Get out and walk. You'll get there quicker.
I know that's right.
So that's this Friday, 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock.
You have to take us on break.
I will. Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We got to go to break. And she told me I got to take us a break because I'm talking too much. So I got to take us a break. We're going to pay these bills, and we'll be right back to tell you about the 3rd annual Thanksgiving feast for the homeless at BeExposedRadio.com. Skylyne. Is that good?
If I sit around, hold up, look. If I sit around, hold up. Yeah, rebel up. Let's do it. If I sit around, I'ma smoke some more. Wasn't even thinking about smoke before, but I'm in my head and I'm in the bed. Don't know who I am, like I'm wearing a mask. Working mode, tell them where the cash. If you wear the cash, tell them where the cash. If you playing for you, gon' run it back. Don't make promises, but I promise that. Don't promise me, cause I ain't into that. Fell in love with that and got hurt from that. That was all over and the curtains back. Can't see you not noticing that. I'm letting it go, it ain't holding me back. Yeah, I'm on dice, but ain't come for the crack. Drinking with uncle, we only do jack. How I'm alive, I thank God for that. Praying about it, things getting better. Open it up with my name on the letter. Why you crazy about it? Saying whatever, you shy to be you. You know you gotta be you. Sometimes I need privacy too. Yeah, you know I ride. You know I ride, and you know you ride for me too. Yeah, you know I. Look, you like getting that hit for real. When it's me and Murray, just us, we chill. I'm in a rush to get off to get you. Never ever had to floss to get you.
You're now listening to BeExposedRadio.com. Check out this fire flashback.
We need to relearn what it is to be these bosses and how we conduct ourselves as business-minded individuals and just people in general. I let my gut, and if I call it gut or God or whatever, I'm led by that energy. I know where it comes from. I know where it's, taking me, and you have to figure out what is important to you, and don't play this game. It's a game that we've learned to play, this chess game, and life is not a chess game. Life is real, bones, flesh, blood, decisions.
Make sure you check out the Artist Exchange Show every Monday and Friday at 2 p.m. only on Be Exposed Radio.
Whatever happened to the times when we cared for one another? We share the same respect. What is happening? We're trading what's important for shiny things. I can't allow this blasphemy. It's blasphemy. Why would you treat yourself like that? We didn't come this far.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
And we're back, like we never left. Because I finally got to say it.
You're so cute.
I know, right? Like, who can resist me?
Pay him no mind.
Teach you about your smartness real quick, won't he?
Yeah, except you, producer, sir. Except you. But you can't resist me either. Just know that. And know how I know? Because you told me so. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Where were we before we went on break? We were talking about the weekend and everything we had going on for this weekend.
So let's dive right back on up in there.
Yes.
I can't find this message, and it's gonna irk me. So this Saturday in DC, Franklin Square Park, 1302 K Street Northwest, downtown DC. We have our third annual. It's only a third, it seems more than that. Third annual Thanksgiving feast and charity event for the homeless. We need food. We need volunteers. We need donations. We need tables. We need a whole lot of tables because we got so many people that are coming out, and we're gonna have a whole lot of homeless and less fortunate men, women, children of all ages that are gonna be out there.
Right, and if we have enough tables, we'll be able to set this up in one setting.
I'm gonna bring out one or two. I think that's important. I'm bringing out one or two, specifically because the clothes, the food. Popeyes is our sponsor this month. Thank you to Popeyes, if you ain't know.
Shout out to Popeyes.
So,
Told you.
If you're looking for a
Back
chicken
up off that
sandwich,
food again.
don't come
We're
to
not
us.
getting, no, we're not doing any
Because
chicken
if you're not
sandwiches.
homeless or less fortunate,
We're going to talk about
You're
the
not
chicken
getting one.
sandwiches. We have a lot to talk about. We got to talk about the chicken sandwiches. We got to talk about the mayor. We got to talk about the teacher in Largo.
we can talk about the teacher in Largo because it's a lot in regard to that video.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Oh,
We'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
On the wrong thing because she flipped for a reason. But we're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Back to feed the homeless. Popeyes is bringing chicken. So now that's 5 instead of 6. Boom. Keep bringing it down. More food. Food donations, guys. If anyone wants to donate food, please do so.
I'm not trying to cook 10 trays of food, y'all. Can I get some help,
I
please?
saw Shorty on there. Shorty coming back.
I don't know.
Shorty, I hope I get to give you a hug, honey.
Right.
Look, 11:30 to 2:30, or whenever we finish. Because we're not taking any food home. We're not taking any water home. We're not taking any clothes,
Yes, we are.
winter attire, or coats home.
Yeah,
I'm
we are.
separating your stuff, so the Baltimore.
Any
and
toys we get,
Please and
any
thank you.
toys we get, we're gonna keep them for another fundraiser that we're gonna have December 14th, and I'll get to that in just a couple minutes.
Okay. And Baltimore.
Sunday, we're in Baltimore under the 83 Bridge, third annual Thanksgiving feast for the homeless and less fortunate. This one we will have a DJ.
Okay.
And he'll be rocking that 90s and a little bit of 2000s of today.
Dope.
But more 90s than anything, because you know you can't go wrong with 90s music.
The 90s R&B just sets a whole nother
Man,
mood.
I'm trying to tell you. Again, we need volunteers, we need donations, we need tables. Again, I'm not trying to cook 10 trays of food. Can I get some help? Can someone please help Mark the chef? Because I be tired. I be tired. Look, I don't be tired. I be tired.
I texted to somebody earlier today. I'm tired.
Hold up. I be tired. So back to this December 14th. Save the date. That's a Saturday, 3:30 to 6:30. Hot skates in Woodlawn. Let me pull this flyer up. I hope she's listening. She don't know I was gonna do this, but I told her I was gonna reach out to some people. She more or less, not in so many words, but more or less was like, yeah, do your thing. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know what I did with this flyer. Why can't I find it?
Drop it on the thing for them and then check it out later. Make sure y'all save the date, December 14th. We got a lot going on.
Yeah, man. We
got a
always
lot going
do.
on. But tonight we have a specific topic we're supposed to get into. I can't wait for us to start.
Yes. Where do you want to start,
2 seconds.
though?
2 seconds.
You found
right
it?
Here. Yes,
You found
right
it?
here, right here.
Throw her out there.
As soon as my phone stops acting dumb. Come on, man. Right here. Right here.
Well.
Right here, right here, right here. I got it. I got it. I got you. I got you. I gotta get ours out of the way. Right here. M&T Project Holiday Toy Drive. Hot Skates in Woodlawn, Maryland. I do not have the address. Oh, yes, I do. Hot Skates, 1716 Whitehead Road, Gwynn Oak, Maryland. That's right down the street from Security Mall, y'all. If y'all know anything about the West Side, you're good. Right off 695, 70, Security Boulevard. Come on, let's go out and get it. Saturday, December 14th, 3:30 to 6:30. We are skating to support individuals affected by violence and trauma. Tickets are $10. Donations accepted via Cash App, M&T Project. $sign MANDTPROJECT. Make it happen. Volunteers, donations, let's get it. It's all about the kids. It's all about the kids. You know we love the kids. I just can't be Santa Claus. Yes, if you're wondering, yeah, my beard, you ain't gotta put your glasses on. My beard is all over the place, I know. And it wasn't even humid today. Yeah, this thing makes me sick sometimes. But you know what I'm not gonna do?
What?
I ain't cutting it up.
No.
Nope, I got 9 more months to go.
There you go.
15 down, 9 more to go. I can't wait, because when I hit 24 months,
Yes.
chop, chop.
All right, man.
I can't wait to see my face. I kind of miss my face.
Yes. I love the beard. It's fine.
Just a little bit.
Right.
After about the 3rd time of shaving and doing a shape up of a shadow, I'm like, no,
let it grow back.
I'm done. And then I'm back to Mufasa.
Say it again.
Mufasa. So that's this weekend. That's December 14th. Give us about an hour and a half, and we'll reiterate all that. Now we about to dive in to everything that's going on in today's news and the reason why you are here.
That's a lot.
I love you, Queen.
I love you.
And I appreciate everything that you do. I really do, and you know I do, because we've been doing this for quite a long time.
We are 5 years in. Empowerment Essence had their 5-year anniversary just last month.
Yes.
Hey! Skylyne Radio Show had our 1-year anniversary.
Yes,
Hey,
thanks.
coincidental.
Yes.
Last month.
See, so
Right.
last month was huge for Empowerment Essence. I was very much excited. I didn't realize how much time had gone by in the work. Because when you're working, you don't pay attention to the time.
You don't.
And when
You just go and you just do.
Yeah. And that kind of flows with my personality. I see a need and help.
Yeah. What's up, T? The Busy Bee? I can't wait till our vacation. Yeah, you're going.
Wait, the vacation isn't until next year. Can we just make it a Black Friday? Like, and I know that sounds really crazy, but I just want to go to Black Friday and I want to go to sleep.
Y'all go have fun with Black Friday.
I just want to
I'm not
wake
getting out
up.
of my bed before 3 o'clock.
Nope. I just want to wake up and go to sleep because I need to go to bed. And I need all the sleep and all the rest I can get. Woo. But other than that, I kind of I want to get started, but then we're 5 minutes into the next segment, and then it's the top of the hour. We might as well just get started. We got to get started.
Said something.
I couldn't hear you, Mr.
I don't know why we closed that door.
Huh?
Say it again.
Just keep going, don't worry.
Oh, then we just gonna keep going. Just keep going.
Just like that.
Keep going. All right, so
You look awfully warm, y'all. Don't get it twisted. Icebox here. Be in this joint for real.
Speaking of Icebox, so I'm anemic, and I had a whole episode on the show last week that I had no energy. I was frozen for 2 hours. I like everything. So we can go back to that show, and I'm not really going to apologize for my health problems. But, you know,
I'm not supposed to.
Just so you all know, I'm anemic, and my body temperature didn't decide to come back like after during the show, and it drains all of my energy.
Yes, I'm sure.
And like even during the breaks, I was just like I just wanted to sleep, because that was the only thing by that time. Like, that's all the energy I had left was just to sleep. So for those who are anemic, make sure you dress warm. Put on multiple clothes if you need to. Make sure you wear socks that cover your ankles, you know. If you got to put on your hat, do so. Take your iron pills. Make sure at night when you go to sleep, like, your room is warm. So when you wake up, your room is still warm, so you can make it to work on time. It helps. It definitely helps. Just whatever that you can do, you know. And it is kind of like bothersome sometimes, because I didn't expect it to hit me like it did last week, but it just woke up and it was freezing.
Wow.
Like, and I was just it hurt really bad. And my body was hurt. My back was hurt. My
She don't
knees
make
was
me
hurt.
apologize, because now I feel bad.
You thought I was playing?
No.
Like, when I said I was in pain.
I've never seen you have an episode.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to look for.
Yeah.
Like, even the producer who came in here and during break and was like, I'm going to need you to wake up.
Yeah, and I
Like, we didn't
couldn't,
know.
but I didn't realize that I realized that was what was happening, but it was just like, okay, let me just make it through the show. like that's why I had my jacket. I looked like a
She had my jacket around her legs. She had her jacket
yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was really trying. So make sure you guys stay warm this winter.
I'm going to go buy her the biggest daggone coat Wilson got.
I
Matter of fact, don't be surprised, because I've been thinking about doing this for like the last couple years. I'm seriously thinking about going home. If y'all don't know where that is,
Shut down.
let's shy, baby. I'm actually going home next year.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about that on during the break. But I'm seriously thinking about going home, like crackhead early in the morning, and coming home late that night. Just go out there for the day.
You gonna buy us some coats?
And I'm gonna get you a coat from Chicago.
I'm gonna be warm forever.
I have a dress coat. She's seen it. When I say this
It's
thing
black
is
and it's fluffy
beautiful,
and it's warm.
I can't wear it out here.
Why?
I'll sweat.
Yeah, it's black and fluffy.
That thing
and
is
warm.
heavy.
It's cold enough for
The
it.
fur is like this thick, but it's that real dressy, soft fur.
That's fine. I'll be wearing that every
That
day.
thing's like
Cold
this
weather.
thick.
That's
Am I
okay.
lying? It's like this thick.
I love it.
I can't. When I do wear it, it could be 15 degrees outside. I will have my coat open so my body can get some air.
Wow.
Because when I say that thing sucks you in, it don't release you at all. I was waiting for someone at Arundel Mills Mall last year during one of the iceberg episodes.
Yes.
The temperature was like 12. The wind chill was like 0. I had this hat on. I had that coat on, wide open. Guy walks by. That's really how you feel, ain't it, bro? I said, dog, this ain't too bad. I'm from Chicago. He said, you know what? You can have it. Enough said. I ain't saying nothing else to you.
Chicago got that bit of cold weather. That's like
Man, I'm
going home
trying
in New
to
York.
tell. Look, they've already had snow 4 times
Yeah, they
And
get
where?
in Chicago.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, they're getting more sometime between now and this weekend. They're supposed to get another significant amount.
Wow.
Like,
No.
what's gonna happen with our winter? Because we've already had snow, and that's abnormal.
Where
we had snow.
We had some flurries, like either last week or the week before.
Yeah.
Some flurries.
Oh.
Western Maryland got Frederick and Hagerstown and Cumberland got a dusting, like before Thanksgiving. I don't remember that since I've been out of high school. That's only been a couple years though.
Sure.
Because you know I'm only 21.
You're only 21.
Right. You being only 21. Right.
You know. I just got 25 years experience, that's all.
I love it.
Gotta have a sense of humor, man. Got to. Because people nowadays take so much stuff, one, for granted. And people take things for granted, one, and only one, because they selfish. But people take a lot of things for granted. People take a lot of things too serious. Like, why? I don't get it. Yeah, y'all. Y'all been watching the news? We're on day 4. Day 4. Unos, dos, tres, cuatros. If you keep it score with Spanish. 4. It's only Wednesday, y'all. And we've already had 3 mass shootings in this country. Do you know where your kids are? I know where mine is.
Can you even tell where the mass shootings are? Because I don't know. I've been
You had
so
a football party
working.
Sunday night, or was that Monday night? Okay, let's back up. You had the school shooting where the 16-year-old on his birthday went to school. You know what? That wasn't this week. That was Friday.
Yeah, that was this last.
Okay, it's been 5 days. In the last 5 days, well, there wasn't one today, and there wasn't one yesterday. So in Friday, Saturday, Sunday, in 4 days, you've had 3 mass shootings. Friday, you had one in Southern California, in a county in LA, which is on the list of most safest counties in this country to live. Okay. I might add.
Okay.
But a gun is a gun is a gun is a gun. Guns don't kill people, right? People kill people. It takes a gun in someone's hand to be used to kill someone. So you had that. The 16-year-old birthday gunman died, finally.
What?
Yeah, he died.
The gunman got shot?
I don't know if police shot him or if he took his own life.
I don't recall the details.
But there was, I don't remember how many.
This is a good way to open up for our conversation.
I don't remember how many people were shot, but there was a girl that died and a boy that died, and there were at least 2 or 3 other injuries. You had a shooting, you had a mass shooting that supposedly involves multiple gunmen at a football party Sunday night, and again in LA, San Diego, somewhere in Southern California. Multiple people shot, multiple people killed. They don't know. Last I heard, which was 2 days ago, they haven't ruled out whether or not it was gang related.
Okay.
And then I think it was Monday in Texas. I think it was 3 people were shot outside Walmart. Now, if y'all are keeping score with mass shootings, they have determined if there are 3 or more if there's 3 or more victims involved in a shooting, it's declared a mass shooting. I don't know if they're going that route to get better statistics or what they're doing. I'm like this, and I'm not gonna touch on anything that might put me as an individual in a wrong situation, my radio show in a wrong situation, or Be Exposed Radio in a wrong situation. But do the math. who's really doing the most of these mass shootings in this country?
Whoop.
And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Let's talk about this mental health. It's the truth though, and
it all revolves around mental health, and the government in this country does not want to accept that.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to interject right there. Dear audience, we are going to stop blaming these mass shootings on mental health. We are going to stop saying that every white individual, I'm going to call it, I'm Shenetta Malkia, I'm going to call it, because when a white young male shoots constituents, citizens, individuals, human beings, we always want to say he has a mental health issue or she has a mental health issue. I am a suicide attempt survivor. I have lived with mental health issues. I help individuals every single day. And I see so many individuals living with mental health that are not killing anybody else. It is disturbing, and it adds more to the stigma of mental health when you say that, oh, everybody that's doing a mass shooting has a mental health issue. Some individuals are just pure freaking evil. And it has nothing to do with mental health. It has everything to do with their upbringing. It has everything to do with what they've been exposed to. Hello, be exposed. So what are you exposing your family and persons that you come in contact with? What kind of stigma does that put on a person that is really living with a mental illness to reach out for help? We got to stop.
So I think how to say it. So I think I do not believe that they are like it's a mental illness. I feel like the media uses that and plays on it very, very, very well. But I also don't want to overlook those who do have a mental illness who decide to pick up a gun, start doing crazy things too.
But it's not about the mental illness that's making them do the things all the time. And then if you really look at it and you evaluate the last mass shootings that we've had, none of these individuals were put through psychiatric tests where they were properly diagnosed with having a mental illness. Somebody said it, like our silly president.
The Jack-o'-lantern.
Okay? I don't bully him. I don't have anything negative to say about him other than the fact that I need him to understand that stop adding to the stigma of mental health.
Right.
Until you've properly evaluated an individual and you understand mental health yourself, or if you lived through something, stop. You're causing individuals to have triggers and to have mental crises based on the treatment of people that are living today. So we gotta take a stand. Some individuals may have a mental illness. Let's get them the proper help that they need. Some individuals don't have a mental illness and they were trained and developed to kill and to hate. There's a difference. Some individuals are looking for attention. Some individuals are looking for an outlet because they've been crying and screaming for a long time and nobody's listened. Some of them are trained and developed. They're with organizations that are pushing them to go out here and do such. So it's not just about a person that truly has a bipolar disorder, depression, anxiety. I'm a woman that has lived through rape, sexual abuse, bullying. I attempted to take my own life, and I wasn't trying to hurt nobody else. You hear me? When I was broken down and I was depressed and I didn't know who I was and all my anxiety took over me and I wanted to end my life because I couldn't fit into society's box, I couldn't do it the way that they told me to do it because they told me I wasn't anything, because of the things that they tried to program into me, that was my break. But I didn't want to hurt somebody just because I had a mental illness. I didn't even have help for our state. You asked how the day was. Let me tell you how I spent my day. I spent my day this morning advocating for a gentleman that was in court to be accepted into a 8505 program or 8507 program. That's for an individual commits a criminal act and drugs or mental health is involved in that action. And so the court has to decide if a person is able to participate in this program. And so that's how I spent my morning. Then I went to the hospital and sat with a friend. and I saw individuals in Prince George's County Hospital, the emergency room. I saw over 10 children sitting there that had attempted suicide, and they have no beds for them. Then I took the time to talk to the nurses, the individuals, that take care of those in need. And they told me how the persons are treating the patients in the psychiatric ward on the 4th floor. They explained to me how they trigger them and they attack them and they talk to them down to them, even doctors. I had a mother explain to me that she was told no, you can't leave. You got to stay here. Well, if I have somebody else come and sit in the room while I have to go take care of somebody, I can't do what? Do you understand what you're adding in regards to the mental anguish on another person? It broke my heart today. I'm tired of walking into emergency rooms and hospitals and seeing the help not there. I'm tired of seeing no empathy, no compassion. We're talking about everything else. We got babies being snatched. You want to talk about something else? We got sex trafficking. How many of our little girls and young men are being snatched off of the street for parents to never see them again? And they come back from an experience, some, and some are suicidal because of the trauma that they've gone through. And then they go to a hospital where they're supposed to get help, where we don't even have enough in the States. Thanks, Maryland. Dear councilmen, please help.
Okay. We gotta go to break.
We gotta go to break, but hello, I'm up now.
Let's get it, y'all.
Yes. And we'll be back after these few messages on BeExposedRadio.com.
Empowerment Essence.
Yes.
Hey, this is Kyle Irby, and it's time for your MRA Minute on Cheryl Underwood Radio. Today on the show, we've been talking about President Trump and how he said Colin Kaepernick will play in the NFL again, quote unquote, if he's good enough. He said only if he's good enough. If he was good enough, they'd hire him. Why wouldn't he play if he wasn't good enough? That is absolutely hilarious for you to act like you don't know why Colin Kaepernick is not playing. It's because your friends won't let him play. Your friends blocked him out the league, and that is why they had to pay him money, because a court found that they were blocking him out of the league. Now he's been sitting out the league for 3 years, and now you want to say that he should be able to play if he's good enough? That's a joke. It's absolutely a joke. Ladies, gentlemen, instead of continuing to hate on President Trump, that's old. That's easy. Let's learn from the president. That's right. That's what I said. Let's learn from him, because what does he do? He creates his own reality. We know the truth about what he's saying. We know the truth about what he does, but he creates his own narrative. Like, we know he fixed the election. What does he say? No, I didn't. That had nothing to do with me. All right, well, when your lady catches you with somebody else, say, no, I didn't. That had nothing to do with me. When they ask him about his tax return, I don't know what you're talking about. That's the same thing you say when your boss catches you for being late. Hey, was you late today? I don't know what you're talking about. Or how about how we keep firing people for no reason? All right? You can use that with your kids. Your kids don't agree with you, you can just fire on them. No, I'm just joking. Do not fire on your kids or being stupid. People, you got to create your own reality. All right? If we can learn one thing from the president in the White House, let it be this. Fake it till you make it. That's enough for now. If you want to hear more, you can always get 60 minutes of MRA Manishness on the MRA podcast with Kyle and Kamal, available on Apple or wherever you get your podcast. And of course, I can be found on The World According to Cheryl. If you have something to say, reach out to me. I'm at Kyle Irby on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and always on my website at KyleIrby.com. Ladies, I love you. Fellas, be a man at all times.
And we're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. Hey, we're in the sports bar where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. There's protesting over at the Pan Am Games. Jim Kelly, what happened?
Cheryl, 2 protests at the Pan Am Games. One, Gwen Berry, who throws the women's hammer, and another dude named Race and Bowden, who is a fencer. They both took knees over all of the issues going on in the country right now.
And what makes this significant? The young lady, you talking about the sister?
Yep. Gwen.
She evoked what is the brother Carlos and
Tommy Smith and John Carlos.
That's right. That's right. From the Olympics of 1960. Was it 69?
68 in
68 Olympics in Mexico, where they threw up the power fist. Harry Sutherland. Well, this sister she put up the power fist, and then for the young redhead young guy took a knee like Colin Kaepernick. And what makes this what the reason we're telling this story, one, I'm glad that the protests are coming, and they have to come, because we got to keep this discussion in the forefront of what's happening in our country, and also what's happening around the world. You know, especially what's going on in Sweden, and how the right wing is going throughout the world.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Big game, y'all, big game. I'm gonna fly away with this thing. This thing is like out of control.
It's very shapely, and it's very clean, and it's good.
It does. It definitely does. We gonna get back where we were?
On audience participation. Who thinks I should get some micro braids? Cause she be doing them. She told me if I get them, I gotta keep them for like a month.
No. I want him. That's why I've been holding out. Cause I'm not about to put no micro braids in your hair. Just let your beard be a beard, man.
But then I won't have to do nothing. I can wash it, condition it, and go.
No, because then what's going to happen is, you see how this be looking, and sometimes it be sticking up however it wants? That's what your beard going to do. You're going to have, you know, hair everywhere because you decided you wanted to braid it. It's going to be looking like this.
I got hair everywhere now. Look at this. This is like a plant, yo.
Okay, Mark.
You know what this is?
I'm going to just let you
know what
have
this is? This is an upside down afro.
Okay, so let's get back into mental health. So there's actually a shortage of facilities in Maryland. And on top of it being a shortage, there's also a shortage in beds in Maryland. Like, don't you think at one point or another they would have like a full psych facility, like a psych ward, not inside of a hospital, like just like...
So in our state, we do not have a lot of mental health facilities. We have Shepherd Pratt. Not all hospitals are equipped to deal with mental health and crisis. Suburban Hospital, they have, out towards, I think it's Waldorf, but they have a very good program there. Prince George's County Hospital, Cheverly, that joined with the University of Maryland, I'm disappointed. I visited today, I walked, I looked, I talked. I'm disappointed. To our councilmen, to our Governor Hogan, to the Maryland's Commission to the Governor's Commission of Suicide Prevention, we have quite a bit of work to do. I'm glad the commission meetings are open to the public now. I think everybody should be encouraged to attend these meetings. I think that we should have conversations in the community. And I know that as much money as we spend on sports, as we spend on advertisements, as we spend on making things go viral, we can come up with not even a facility, but a safe haven for somebody to come that has attempted suicide, to live for 6 to 12 months, to get counseling, to get properly diagnosed, to get support, to help learn how to learn new coping mechanisms, to help a person rebuild. That's what we need. And so one of our focuses with Empowerment S is that we want a house of empowerment. There should be a house of empowerment in every state. If a hospital cannot, and this is what pissed me off, the Prince George's County, University of Maryland, Dimensions Healthcare, the whole system, they are building almost $1 million or $1 billion facility in Largo, right across the street from where I used to live at, in Camden Largo Town Center, right behind the old Magic Johnson there. So they're building this beautiful facility. All developers are coming, everybody getting ready to make money.
They didn't put a mental department in there.
That's what I'm going to find out. So that's what made me dig today. So I asked the nurses, and I was asking a couple of individuals, so what are the plans? Once you all move there, what's going to happen with this? Why can't this become a Shepherd Pratt for Prince George's County? Why can't this be a station for anybody that has a mental crisis or attempts suicide, that this is where they go? This is where they get evaluated. This is where they get the help they need. And then how about the doctor stop talking to some of the patients and some of their family members as if you have no empathy and you understand? I greatly appreciate if you take more than your 12 minutes. 5 more minutes could help save a life. See, suicide has no name. And I'm very passionate about making sure that I speak out for individuals that don't have a voice. Because when I attempted suicide again, I had no help. And after I attempted suicide and the police officer took me to the hospital and stayed with me for a moment because I didn't. So there's also, they assign a nurse or somebody to stay with you if you're a minor. Okay, so when you go there, there's somebody that's assigned to you and they make sure that you're okay and they stay with the parents. If you're over 18, they leave nobody with you. Have you gone into a psych ward in the hospital?
I've gone.
Have you
into
seen
one,
pictures?
No.
Have you seen the cleanliness?
It's clean.
Is it?
Well, the one that I went in.
Well, that's fortunate because I talked to the nurses today. And they leave food, they leave dirt, they leave trash, and they leave the individuals there and like they're animals is what I was told. They call security to the Prince George's County Hospital on the 4th floor for the psych ward on a regular basis, at least 3 to 4 times a day. When I got to the hospital to check on my friend and to be there, I had to wait because they had another trauma situation that was brought into the hospital. So I had to wait about 15 minutes before they would even allow me to go into the back because they had to secure things. But when you have individuals that are working, that are triggering individuals that don't have the empathy or the compassion, or what I really think that sometimes it is with police officers, nurses and doctors, they're burnt out. They see this every day in and day out. But they don't have a requirement to detox and to take care of themselves. And for me, as an attempt survivor, and I lost my best friend to suicide, when I'm going out and I'm doing the work that I'm doing, I have to be careful to make sure that I take care of myself. And a lot of clinicians always forget that. You know, we're always out to help other individuals, and then it triggers things for you, either a personal experience. For me, it triggered the same thing that I experienced when I attempted, because it brought me back to when I was released. I was released with nothing. Nothing. Not a resource, not a referral, nothing. And there are so many organizations in our state, in the state of Maryland, that are based in Maryland, that care about the citizens of Maryland, that we have to support. We have the AFSP that does these out of the darkness walks. I don't support them and I don't help them. Why? Because I don't believe you charge survivors, you make money off of people. I remember when I reached out to them to try to volunteer and to get some, and even get some help for myself. I didn't get a phone call back. I didn't get an email back. Thank you, AFSP. Thank you. There's so many grassroots organizations that have stopped working because they have been overtaken by this organization. It's sad. People won't speak up about it because it's a huge organization.
You will.
Listen, Shenetta Malkia, I am the Empowered Life Queen. Would you want to know my credentials? I attempted to die twice and I still live. I work every day to support individuals, speak about awareness, to give them the support in the direction that they need. Because when you tell somebody to live and you can, I'm going to ask you to show me how. Model that for me. Model the behavior. The CDC just released a report. You tell me what's going on with the research and what's going on in our communities when the rate of suicides for our youth ages 10 to 14 has tripled in the last decade. The suicide rate amongst children ages 10 to 14 has nearly tripled from 2007 to 2017. The reports are not even updated. We're 2019 going into 2020. And we don't even have the real data numbers. While the suicide rate among older teenagers has increased by 76% between 2007 and 2017, we're in 2019.
I think there's a lot of pressure. I think there's been a lot of pressure between trying to get your life together, between the use of social media, like technology, bullying. Like, it's been a lot of pressure on just kids, especially with the bullying. But just as you get older, of not of feeling like you're supposed to be so far and like you're not, and like because times have changed, it's not as easy for you know the young ones or those who are like 20 and up, like between 20 and 30. We're the most struggling
and stressed out.
The most struggling, the most stressed out. We have to make money, find money. We have to search it. Money grows on trees.
Let me ask you this, Tiana, and Mark, I ask you the same thing. Take yourself back to middle school, high school. Do you remember any of your teachers, any of your classes, any of your subjects talk about mental health?
Nope.
Do you remember any of your teachers, your
Matter of fact, my health class did talk about mental health.
What did they talk
about?
about?
But they talked about ADHD and ADD and possibly bipolar. And that's all I don't honestly remember.
Did you hear talk about suicide?
No, not really.
Let me ask you this. Did you talk about drugs? Do you remember Ms. McGruff?
Yeah, we had the DARE.
Y'all had DARE program?
Hated
you know
that
you know McGruff, right? You knew there was just say no, the DARE, drug, alcohol, and you say no, right? So why don't our kids know that how to help their friend in regard to suicide? Why are we still saying that's talking about suicide leads to suicide?
And I asked my son, I said, we were talking about something with cartoon characters. Because he says I'm old. Y'all cartoons don't make sense nowadays. Ours didn't. Tom and Jerry, that didn't make no sense. Heckle and Jekyll, that didn't make no sense. Roadrunner, Speedy
Tom
Gonzales,
and Jerry
Looney
did make
Tunes,
sense.
and Disney, that stuff didn't make sense.
I like Tom and
But it was
Jerry.
comical. You know what I mean? Then you had stuff like the Monsters, the Three Stooges. That didn't make sense, but it was comical. I said, he says, you had Underdog and who's the Bozo the Clown.
I ain't watching too much.
I'm not big on clowns. Never have been. You look like a fruit. But what was I getting at? I said, well, you left out two cartoon characters. He said, what's that? I said, Smokey the Bear and McGruff the Crime Dog. You know what he said?
Who are they?
Who the hell are they? I said, you ain't never heard of them? He said, nah. I said, you know what DARE is? D-A-R-E? He says, nah, what's that? I said, dag.
Do they teach y'all about drugs in school anymore?
Besides grades, what are you learning besides nothing in public school?
Well, considering that they in public school and the private school, they learn the same sometimes.
First off, I went to public school and I came out with a 3.4.
Watch this.
Public school works if you actually know how to put in
If you
that
go
work.
to the right one.
No, my school.
I graduated valedictorian
Listen.
from a vocational school because public school put me out.
See?
Okay.
But that happened to my brother too, so don't be surprised.
No.
And my school was not the best school. I went to Wise when Wise first opened.
Listen. Oh, wow.
It was a mix.
Did you learn how to write cursive?
Yeah, I learned how to write
They don't
cursive.
teach that anymore.
They don't teach it anymore though. But you also
They're trying to take away the Maryland tests that you take every
The
year.
standardized test.
Yep, they're trying to take all that out. Oh man, I was hoping he was gonna come in here and be like, I thought you was gonna step in and be like, yeah, they don't do this no more. They don't do this no more. Meade
we're
High
gonna talk
School
about it.
on Fort Meade. Yeah, I'm gonna go there. Meade High School, Fort Meade. It's on military property. Got a lot of military kids. That school don't do nothing. That's a daycare for teenagers.
Most of them are because the teachers are children themselves.
We're going to talk about that in a moment too. And on that note, please watch our commercials. Come back in a little bit. Don't leave us though. Come back, invite your friends, share, like, talk to us. And we'll be back after these few messages on BeExposedRadio.com.
Empowerment Esther.
Yes.
And we're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. Hey, we're in the sports bar where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. The phone lines are open to you, 1-855-SHERYL1, or you can email us at SherylUnderwoodRadio.com, and follow us on all of our social media, because Courtney Black has the facts when she shout out everybody on all of our social media. Underwood Radio, Twitter, Cheryl Underwood Radio, Facebook, Instagram, and then we got the World According to Show, the podcast of Cheryl Underwood Radio, so you can take Cheryl Underwood Radio with you wherever you go. Tomorrow we're gonna do catch up on all our political stuff, catch up on all our entertainment, and catch up on all of our sports, and we got some announcements of some new things that are going to happen with Cheryl Underwood Radio. I told you all of August we are going to innovate and evolve. And so I'm really, really happy about the things that are happening to our show, and I think you're going to enjoy things that are happening in our show. And there are also going to be changes in all of our production, and we got some partnerships that are coming that I think you're going to appreciate. So we were talking about, I'm trying to get my crew to go to the movies more often, because then we can know what's happening in the movies, and then we can discuss it on the show. Which we got to get James Brown to come back, because he goes to see all the movies.
He goes all the time.
All the movies. But Kyle, you were comparing The Kitchen, and the reason we're doing it in the sports bar where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop is because here are three females in a movie: Elizabeth Moss, Tiffany Haddish, and Melissa McCarthy, in a movie that people are hopeful that women could take the lead in action films, right? You said they kind of missed the mark, but I thought you said the Widows missed the mark for
I didn't like Widows at all. Now, this was better than Widows to me. I didn't like Widows because, like I said, these are women who their husbands were killed, and it was their turn to step up. It's a similar premise. Husbands killed, it's time for us to put in the work. I think I just want them to be just as gangster as the men, and they're not doing that. And then sometimes there's a moment where the ladies got to square off and bust a cap on somebody's head, and they don't do that either. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like the antagonists and protagonists. Antagonists and protagonists are squaring off in the end, and somebody's head got to go exploded. I don't need y'all holding hands and walking down the street.
It was a soft movie. You trying to say it was soft?
Yeah.
At the end, I didn't like the end. And just different parts in it, it's just like, what? Why do y'all respect them? They haven't earned your respect with muscle.
So I guess now, Jim, did you see this movie or did you?
No, I didn't.
No, but you won't go see it now, right?
Nah, I'll go see it if I have
You'll
to.
wait until it comes on, like Courtney said. She's waiting. She's gonna wait.
I'll probably wait for it.
Well, see, here's my feeling about this. We have a movie script called
Don't do it. Don't do it. No,
don't say it.
I guess it's already out though. Yeah,
well,
don't do it.
I won't say what the whole premise is, but I will say the reason that I wrote the story that became the script is because I want to do action films, and I want to be Dirty Harry, Jim.
Okay.
I want to be like Dirty Harry, Beretta. Yeah, listen to me. Listen to me. I keep your eye on the sparrow. Yes, I want to be all of that. Hey, Jim, I want to cross the line. I want to have a Captain Dobie go, give me your badge, Underwood. And I go, no. My partner was killed. I want to be, you feel lucky today, punk? Did you count how many bullets I got in the chamber? Listen to me.
Gangster.
I want to be all of that. And there's a part of me that wouldn't mind being in like Hallmark movies or Lifetime movies where you go up to Canada and make the movie for TV. I wouldn't mind doing it for movies that we make for theater, or that go to Netflix or like the Amazons and Hulus and all of that stuff. And I want somebody to take, y'all be calling me Nina Brown. I want somebody to take that persona. And if I'm gonna be a gangster with a heart of gold, I want to be that person. And I don't want all the gory bloodiness, but I want to be that person for the sake of it. I want to be Jim. I want to be somebody that people cheer for. I want to be kind of like an anti-hero that people cheer for but not so. Am I saying it right?
Just don't go real life Beretta, Cheryl.
No. Can't let my girl go out. Yeah, can't let my girl go out in the passenger seat in the restaurant.
You're wrong, Jim. You're wrong.
I was looking for that. I'm like, I know Beretta. Beretta.
I cannot talk to you right now. I'm just saying, we're going to bring this discussion back one day. It may not be today.
Not gonna be today.
Okay, then I'll be more not Clint Eastwood talking to the invisible chair. Talking to the empty chair. Right. Remember the way he went? I just want to be that character. I want to be something like that. So that is why I got my team writing scripts and doing things that I want to get into and things that I can handle and have great actors around me. But I do think action is the key for women. And we may bring this discussion back.
The maybe fake accent thing would drive me crazy. And there's no way I could watch the rest of it just because of that.
Yeah, it's annoying.
If you nail it, it's great. But if it's not, it's done.
You got to be Meryl Streep. You got to be Meryl Streep.
Yep.
Yeah, like I didn't know Idris was from London.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I didn't know. I was like, whoa. Or like Gerard Butler.
Did an interview.
Yeah, I didn't know Gerard Butler wasn't from
When
America.
I was watching The Wire, I didn't know that.
Oh my God, I got two good. I got an Idris and a Gerard Butler story. Courtney, I'll tell you to you on the break. Hey, we got to come out of this break. We're in the sports bar. We'll make up talking. We'll come to eavesdrop when we come back. We will talk sports. There's protesting over at the Pan Am Games, and it looked like President Trump wants Colin Kaepernick back in the NFL. We'll be right back. More Show on the Wood Radio.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Oh, okay. And we are back. Thank you guys for tuning in. We were actually getting started on mental health, and we were just now breaking down all of the different things that comes with mental health that has been happening. As for you all to know, there has been 3 mass shootings. We were talking about how not to blame mental health because people do know right from wrong, and some people are not actually diagnosed. We talked about PG County's hospital and their mental ward and how they're lacking right now, and the possibility of maybe opening another facility just for the mental health and program in particular. I feel like we definitely need one, especially if the mental homes or the mental health departments only have about 10 beds. Like, there's so many people who need help, so many. And just because you might not look like it today don't mean you're not going to look like it tomorrow. So, and and it almost doesn't have a look either. It has you can tell by the way people speak. You can tell by the way people do things. You can tell by the way people react to things. That's how you know what's really going on with them. And then we were talking about the schools and how the schools aren't doing a good job as to teaching everything outside of, the 4 basic subjects or the subjects that are already taught, like about mental health or about, DARE and drugs and, all of those. That's where we were. Just for those who needed to come in for a recap. And I think the next subject we wanted to get to, honestly, is we wanted to break down this Largo teacher and the student incident. For those who don't know, earlier this week, the video went viral of a teacher beating on a student. And then the student beat on the teacher.
Vice versa.
Vice versa?
Student attacked the teacher first, and the teacher then retaliated, then responded. From what I gathered from that video clip, it seemed as there was a teacher, a student, and the teacher accidentally bumped this student.
No, the student bumped the teacher and stepped on the student's foot. The student bumped the teacher and stepped on her foot, and she did that because the teacher called her parents the night before, and she didn't like that. However, the student and her friends also have jumped this teacher.
Wait a minute. So let's lay this out one more time, make sure I understand this.
Student, teacher.
So it was okay. So the student was the one that had the part in the middle and was looking all. Is that the student?
She had on a big old jacket. That's the student. I think the jacket was like silver. Shoot.
I got the video because we're actually talking about it on Friday night too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to this video while you're looking that up. So I just need to understand who is who because maybe I'm looking at it wrong.
The teacher is in the gray is in the gray shirt, the gray T-shirt. The teacher was in the gray T-shirt. The student was the tall one in the jacket.
The heavier, bulky,
Yes.
chunky, that's the student?
Yes.
You know
I
what?
thought that was the teacher.
You know what? I
No.
need to take a look at this video
That's
real quick
the
before I
student.
say anything.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take a look at it real quick.
All right. Just type in Largo teachers fight student.
But
You
we
gonna
got,
find
well,
it.
I got it right here. I'm going
But
to play
yes.
it again. So that was the student that had on the gray sweatshirt.
That had on the gray hoodie was
The
tall.
person that walks in
Yeah.
with the person that walks in the video, and then the person starts swinging on that person. That's the student. The person that starts swinging is
What's
the
the
teacher.
teacher?
Okay, here. I'll make sure I turn this down. So that's the teacher?
Yep.
Yeah.
So the young lady with the gray t-shirt on is the teacher?
Yes.
As we're checking this out, I'm sorry, y'all. If y'all haven't seen it, go ahead and Google that. A teacher and a school fight at Largo High School.
Yes.
I thought that was the teacher.
Mm-mm.
So that's the student.
Yes.
So okay.
Yeah. See, it takes a turn of events. The student was mad at the teacher for calling the parents, so the student decided. It looks to me okay. I'm gonna explain the video, then I'm gonna explain what it means, what it looks like to me. But the student decided to step on the teacher's foot and push her
Bump her at
shoulder
the same
and bump
time.
her with her shoulder, and the teacher snapped. That's what happened. That's exactly
Oh,
what
that's
it
what told the
was.
difference. I didn't realize that the young lady. I thought the young lady
Mhm.
with the gray shirt was the daggone teacher.
Was
I mean,
the
with the
student.
student.
No, she was the teacher. So I
the
had to take
student
a
walked
step back.
in.
Yeah, I had to take a step back, and I looked at this because
But you said the teacher's been attacked by this same student.
yes,
twice.
the teacher has been attacked by this
And
same
the school
student
did
and her
nothing.
friends.
And they did nothing.
About 2 or 3
Wow.
times. The PG County system, if you want to talk about the mental health board, the PG County system when it comes to disciplinary, because these students and these parents have become so entitled to what their students do, and you know that village is broken. They're allowed to do whatever they want now, and they actually get away with it. Some of them get expelled, but some of them really do get away. They get a little nice, talking to.
They still do in-school suspension?
They should, yeah.
So if this teacher was attacked prior to this incident twice, and nothing was done, then I think that it's very reasonable to think. And I have to take a step back, because initially I was saying the teacher is a teacher. You're an adult, so you have to understand how to deal with emotional triggers and how to deal with anger and deal with conflict. For myself, I looked at it as an individual bumping a person does not warrant this type of behavior.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Right.
Period.
But then when you find out that she's been
I don't
attacked,
get,
like
if she's been attacked 2 times, dear teacher, with all due respect, take the appropriate action and file the charges.
Right.
If you're being told not to file those charges by the school board, then hold the school board accountable. Prince George's County schools, they just got a new director. Go talk to Miss Goodson.
I don't even like her.
I mean, I'm
trying not to say it. Her name is Miss Golston.
Miss Golston, yes, I met
She
her
was
once.
My high school teacher, my high school principal, but
Well, I'm
Well, don't
saying
hold that against
you
her.
have to protect. You have to protect the individuals that are teaching our students.
Exactly.
And then this is why so many teachers don't want to teach and don't want to be involved, because one, they're underpaid.
Yep.
They're providing a service for us, and so many parents expect the teachers to do what the parents' job is to do, but then parents are so overwhelmed with all their work and trying to take care of their families that they can't get involved the way they used to. I will tell you, the PTA for Prince George's County had to dissolve because they didn't have enough volunteers.
Wow.
for most schools in
And you know what? That's
sad.
Interesting. That's sad. It's sad, but it's really interesting, because I remember when my nieces and nephews were going to elementary middle, and they were pretty much begging people to be on the PTA, especially men.
Yes.
Especially men. I mean, I actually served on the PTA for like 2 years.
Awesome.
just for that simple fact, because I wanted to be, abreast about what's going on with my nieces and nephews and their learning.
You want to see firsthand.
Yeah.
Well, you can't walk into school no more because they got that unlocked. You got to make an appointment. Everybody puts on their pretty face when you go do the walkthrough of the school.
Yeah, I know.
Remember before you used to be able to just go into the school and sit in your child's class?
Right.
Now they got to come with a warning.
Yeah.
Put on your good face.
So it fascinates me that it has gone to that degree where you just dissolve a whole PTA for the simple fact that no one has the time to come.
Well, not even just that. They'll put money in certain schools in certain districts and the areas that need the funding.
Exactly.
They don't put the money up. And so you're in low income areas anyway, that families are struggling. And then there's no additional money for programs and services to ensure that the mental well-being of these individuals that are in school, that they're able to even be able to continue to form and develop so that they can actually start developing a life outside of school. Some of the kids don't even believe they'll make it out of high school.
Exactly. It last year I looked at the dropout rate in Baltimore City, and I can't remember the actual percentage amount, but it was crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
It was crazy how many kids just say, well, you know what, I can't cope past this level or whatever it is, and I'm out. I'll get my GED first.
And they make the program is easy.
Yeah.
I was downtown one time earlier in the summer, and there was a kid that had a sign, and I said, "Little man, how old are you?" 15. I said, "It's summertime. You can't go get a summer job or get you a cooler and sell water on the corner?"
Nope.
I don't need no job. I ain't gonna live long anyways. That's why I dropped out at 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the sad
And
reality
you have
of
that
it.
attitude.
The sad reality of it is that
I don't need to go to school. I don't need to work because I ain't gonna live that long anyway.
right. The sad reality of
That's insane.
The sad reality of it all is that in our urban areas, we have a lot of young people that feel that way.
Yep. And that's
whether it's
unexcusable.
it's crazy, but a lot of these kids deal with a lot that
they shouldn't have to.
We at 20 and 25 years old didn't deal with.
And some at 40 and 50 ain't
And
never
some
deal with.
at 40 and 50 that never
These
dealt
babies
with it.
at 10, 11, 12,
Right.
13.
They lived a life harder than some adults. Really, they've been shifted from this household to that household. They had, whether they were victims of abuse, whether they saw it or whether they actually endured it. They have to go through the whole mental cycle of, if I walk out this street today or tomorrow, will I get killed?
Yeah.
Because they see it every day.
They said that. I've heard that. So I was watching that series, and it ties in for me. When I think about the everyday life situations, when people keep telling us, we need more research. We need more research to find out why individuals are dying by suicide. Take your research and save a life.
What do
Take your research.
Take that research, shine it up real good, turn that sideways, and stick it straight up.
Can I just be real frank? This is how they get your money.
Yep.
This is how they get your money.
All day.
All of the big organizations you see on TV and they're doing the marches, they tell you, we got to do research, we got to do research, we got to do research. But here's what they don't tell you with the healthcare industry that's $1 billion, as Mark was thinking it's $1 trillion at this point, is they're not moving to help individuals.
No.
They're trying to keep you in a place so you can be dependent on this medicine, so they can make their money, so they can medicate you, over-medicate you, misdiagnose you, and leave you to yourself.
There's a song. Remember that song by En Vogue? Lies?
Oh, yes.
They tell you lies to cover up their alibis.
That's good. Lies for alibis.
United States of America. Remember that.
And that's
You're
good.
American.
And they keep doing this research, and I'll say this about research and about suicide. There is no one factor that they will never be able to pull and say that this person died by suicide because of this.
Nope.
This person died by suicide because of that.
How can you tell what?
And then you can't talk to a dead person.
Because they did. Like,
But you can talk to, and when they ask Shenetta, what are your credentials? Well, I attempted my life. I went through your system. I lived in Maryland. I'm from New York. I know your hospitals didn't do crap for me. I know that I didn't have any help. I know the big organizations, they say if you call for help, we'll help you. They didn't answer the phone. And I had to start a grassroots organization to help those in communities that don't even talk about suicide. Because in the black community, unfortunately, what goes on in this house stays in this house, and you don't go through you don't need no therapy.
And
so,
go ahead.
So, I definitely believe, like, when I was working at the school, we set up the school so well, and it was amazing school. Like, if it was able to last and everything, it would have been good. We had a therapist who came in on a weekly basis to actually talk to the students and help them, get through some of the things that they were going through. We had social workers on board. We were dealing with second chance at-risk youth. So, it wasn't easy.
Right.
It wasn't easy at all. And if you all know me, y'all know that was my limit.
Right.
But, as a teacher, going back to the teacher, hitting the student, they stole my credit and my debit card information.
Wow.
These same students I saw every day who loved me, who suckered up to me, who always wanted to be under me, who didn't want to go to class because they wanted to hang with me, they stole my credit and debit card information. Now, let me tell you, because I'm a private investigator on one of my side hustles, y'all know I'm a Jamaican. I tell y'all that all the time. Now, with me being a private investigator, I searched through, I called them, I figured out who did it down to who was involved. Who has been using my card, who used it and didn't know it was my card. I knew everything. And when I say just looking at those students and knowing that they knew and I knew, and they were walking around that school, and while I'm sitting here going crazy as to figuring out why my money is missing and what's happening, and for them to even realize it, I honestly to God, I promise you not, I had to leave that school at least 5 times within 3 weeks in order for me not to catch charges. And that's
believable.
They say like, oh, the teacher's supposed to have restraint, but y'all have to remember these teachers are human too. And after a while, like you get tired. Like these students, I love them so much. I was so passionate about the program. I wouldn't allow them to clean my pockets, but if they needed something, I gave it to them.
But see,
anything they like, you give. And
right.
for that to happen, like y'all, I left that school 5 times. I could have lost my mind 5 times.
But you know what?
Like,
I mean, even though
it
drove you nuts, and that type of stuff will drive you crazy, you be ready to kill somebody, because that's your livelihood. But at the same time, if you look at it, that's a cry for help.
There you go.
Yep.
That's a cry for help. When I had friends, honest to goodness, I was, I'm an Episcopalian, I served as an altar boy and all the rest of that stuff. And I had my homeboys too. I had 2 of them that would steal out of the collection plate every Sunday. Every Sunday. And they didn't need to. I mean, if I stole out of the collection plate, well, I must have needed because I was hungry or something. I didn't need to either. Right. I'm just, but
no, I got you.
They didn't need to, because whatever we needed, we got from the priest, from the ladies downstairs. If we even came around on Saturday, like just hanging out, y'all want a sandwich? Y'all need something? So these people were offering, but still, they needed that attention.
And it's a lot of youth that go through that. I empathize with you, Tiana, because I know for anybody to have anything taken from them that you work so hard for, or just period, is a violation, and it's discomforting. For these children, and you called it, they're high risk youth.
Right.
They're second chance youth. So if you take yourself in that heat of that moment and think about what was stolen from you at the moment and how furious you were, try to look for a little bit of understanding in regard to what is the nature of this behavior? It's
Right.
a taught behavior.
Right.
This is a child.
Right.
We do a lot of our developing from ages 3 years old to 7 years old as adolescents. What type of environment or what have they been doing, and what have they been living, and what are they living in every day
Right.
for them to be able to come out and do such?
Right.
Our children some have not been identified with a mental illness, but they are gone through different traumas. And so unfortunately, they don't know how to deal with the pain, the hurt, the anger that's inside of them. And so a lot of times that you do things looking for help, it is a cry for help sometimes, looking for attention because anything it'll help you, thinking that you may not eat. You don't know if those children actually had any food or clothes or anybody at home. Some kids are taking care of their parents, so they're robbing and stealing to go home and take care of the baby sister. It was a show that just ended recently, David Becomes Man on the OWN channel.
Okay.
And I love this show because it showed a young man that was trying to overcome all the adversity that he was facing living in the projects. And he was even trying to get to a better school. But trying to get to that better school was so hard. And the way people judged him on a regular basis was so hard. In the neighborhood and what people were going through, nobody really understood. So when you talk about the mental anguish on an individual, look at the communities, environments that our citizens and our friends and families and some of these youth are living in. They're coming from pure hell.
Right. Right.
Into something else that they consider pure hell.
Right.
Because they don't know how to maneuver and adjust.
Right.
My problem with this teacher in this situation is this, Tiana. As a teacher, you made a decision to be a teacher, yes? I mean, and you could, yes or no? You knew what you were walking into, right?
No, I didn't know them students was gonna be that bad. I lied to you not.
You did not. But listen to the type of school.
I did do
Alternative.
I knew it was a second chance at-risk youth. So I knew I was gonna run into some type of issues, and I didn't honestly. I didn't think it was going to be as intense as it was, but because I had younger siblings who
I graduated from an alternative school. Tall Oaks is an alternative high school.
who went to alternative school. I guess that's the best way to put it.
But you know, my teachers weren't like that. I had some amazing teachers at the alternative school. I have teachers that had compassion. I had teachers that had empathy, understanding. But see, the problem is when you don't understand what a person is going through, they become fearful of you.
Right.
Or they consider you a problem.
Right.
But you never get down to the root as to what promoted this behavior or this activity in this person. For that teacher, she had gone through tremendous mental anguish, abuse, assault, and so the bump and the step on the foot was an assault. So when the student did that, because I'm understanding this correctly, when the student did that, that was the teacher's call, not to punch, kick, throw on the floor, but for you to excuse yourself from your classroom and have somebody come escort this child out of your class.
Right.
Yeah,
let's start.
Right.
I'm gonna start with that, and then secondly, kids are now allowed to walk around the schools with the book bags again. That was snatched out. I thought when I was in school. I'm 40. So I thought you weren't even allowed to walk around schools with the book bag. You had to put things in your locker room. You had to put it in your locker. So who didn't do their job? Who didn't do their job and make sure? Why are these students still walking around with book bags? Let's go there. So when you got to break it down and get to the root cause, so the initial thing is that the first two attacks on this teacher were never dealt with properly. So the student felt as though it was okay to continue to do so.
Yep.
The teacher felt probably ashamed to have to say that, okay, I've been jumped by these students. I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed. What type of person am I? I gotta stand back up for myself. And so that was a trigger in her last straw. But dear heart, you put yourself at more risk because now this child can't be held accountable. This child doesn't even understand that the behavior and the way you went about it was inappropriate.
Right.
It was a bump and a step on my foot. You know, people step on my foot when I go to a football game.
A million.
You know, when you go to a tailgate party and it's everybody out there, and God forbid you go to an Eagles game, they fighting.
Yeah.
Do you think that warrants for you to put your hands on somebody? I dare not.
I don't believe that it warrants them to put their hands on him, But like I said, I think she was just that was her last straw.
So how do teachers, how do the counties help the teachers? So do you think they should provide? They provide you a detox area so that you can work through some of the things that you all are facing? Is that not something that could be helpful for teachers?
Right.
A meditation room,
I think
a
so.
detox room.
Well,
so when you're facing that thing all day, every day, in and out, and then you got to grade papers, and then you got to go home to your family, and you never detox from what you have gone through.
But you know what? There are. Lately, I've been seeing them, but I haven't seen too many of them. And it seems like they're more affluent schools that have them. They have a room where the teacher can actually go into during their break time.
Okay.
Sit down. They can meditate. They can, eat lunch there. They can meditate. They got the music so they can relax. Everything for them to, diffuse.
Yes. De-escalate. They're supposed to de-escalate the situation.
De-escalate. Now, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of schools that have these.
They don't have the money for it. I can
They don't
understand
have
that.
the money for these. But at the same time, now I know teenagers is a pain in the behind. I've raised a bunch of them.
Mine's 23 now.
Yeah.
Mine getting ready to turn 18. God is fabulous.
Yes, he is.
Shoot, I went through Noel's one is now about 32.
Okay.
And the youngest one today just turned 16.
Awesome.
So, and these
Happy
are my nieces
birthday.
and nephews. Yeah, happy birthday, Jake. But anyway, they could be, you have to kind of
Stop saying you don't have enough for your school system.
Right.
Why do you have
What
my
are these
child?
lotteries doing?
Why do you have my
Like,
child
but
in
see,
your
supposed to use
school?
this money for the school
Here's the
system?
thing about that.
Why do you have my
You hear
child
about
in your school
all
7-8
this money
hours
coming
when he's
from-
not doing nothing 7-8 hours?
You hear about
Each
all
class
this
should be
money
20
coming
minutes.
into the Maryland State Lottery.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
What
20
class
minutes what?
gonna be 20 minutes? What you gonna learn in 20 minutes?
Teachers ain't teaching them nothing. Everything. If your child is failing school, this is why.
Well,
teachers ain't doing the job, so let your child. Hey, what is the square root of 35?
Not only that.
Google.
Not only that.
Give me a break.
Not only
You
that.
gonna
Not
turn
only
all
that.
these students dumb.
Not only that.
Oh,
But
these
check this
students are
out.
dumb.
Check this out. I think.
I said it.
I think.
Mine included.
I think each and every child.
If your
should-
child is.
should have an evaluation.
Say it one more time. Say it one more time.
Just have an evaluation, just a single, honest evaluation. They sit down with a guidance counselor, and the guidance counselor say, "Okay, what is your strengths? What are your weaknesses?"
They don't know that. They're developing that at the age.
But they're developing it, but they still can say, "Well, I'm not that good in math,
Okay.
but I like metal shop."
We got a product. We go out here, we get a product. It don't matter what it is. What do we do? Where the instructions at? We got to read this stuff. These kids nowadays, they don't read nothing. They figure it out within a couple minutes.
Well, see, everything
They
is
grasp things faster.
They grasp things faster because
You can't use
that
the same
phone,
methods.
mind you, I'm 54.
Would you say you're 35?
Yeah, 35.
Because I'm only
backwards.
21.
Him and his 21.
Anyway, my great niece, who's only 1 year old, can grab that phone, hit that dial button, and dial her grandmother anytime she wants.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it looked like.
Where if I got a new phone, I'm still trying to figure out, okay, well, whose number is this and where? They know how to go to YouTube.
I hate getting new
and everything like that because everything is they grasp quickly when they're little kids.
They do.
But
Not like we did.
sometimes you have to meet these children where their challenges are.
You do.
And that was actually what our school was based on, was actually meeting students where they are and bringing them up. It was all about equity.
Meet them where they are.
Just finding them where they are and bringing them up.
I like
it. I loved it. I love that school. And if they had if DC wasn't so nonchalant about second chance at-risk youth when it comes to education, and they actually believed and they had more passion about that school and that program, I promise you it could have took off. But there was so many issues. Like, they made them write their own curriculum because it was such a different school, so you have to write this.
Yeah, and, and they do, and it's good.
You got to do this, you got to do that. Well, it was just dragging one step at a time. And we finally opened the school, but it was just a lot of work.
Well, that's, that's good. I mean, you got to write out your own curriculum and everything like that, so you pretty much doing,
yeah.
I just want to leave everybody with just a couple things. We've talked about the youth, we talked about the teacher, we talked about suicide, and we talked about mental health. But we haven't talked about the warning signs.
Yeah.
And I think there are things that individuals should be aware of, triggers that the teacher could have been aware of, some things that a child may be going through. So I just want to give just a couple of warning signs for suicidal ideation or suicidal behavior. A child or individual may change their sleeping and eating patterns, sleeping all the time, eating massive amounts or not at all. One person may talk about feelings of hopelessness. An example of that is, I can't do this anymore. I just don't want to be here anymore. They have less interest in activities that used to bring them so much joy. So for me, I love photography. I like looking at things, but if I withdrew from it, you may pay attention to something like that. Isolation, explosiveness, and changes in behavior. A lot of youth are in pain and suffering and going through. They are stealing from you, they are cussing you out, they are fighting, they are violent because of pain within inside of them. Please stop judging them and casting them out. Please remember all of the times that you were anxious, all the times that you were violent, all the times that you were bullied or you demonstrated bullying behavior towards another. Give individuals time, because we're expecting so much of our youth that I don't see a lot of adults demonstrating themselves. So let's be a better example. A lot of talking about hurting themselves. Some write letters, they start giving away their possessions. You may even encounter a person that is extremely happy before they attempt their life, because they want you to think that everything is okay. That was me. I wore a mask and I was amazing at it. I just want individuals to be mindful, because the holidays are not the holidays for everybody. And right now, families are trying to provide for their families and trying to do the best they can, but it's not always easy. If you need additional help for how to help your community or how to help a loved one, please visit empowermentessence.org. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. You can always get me through Marca Tiana. I will stop, drop, and roll and be there for you. Empowerment Essence, one life saved is one life given. Our focus is eradicating bullying and suicide amongst community, providing the support, giving you the education, giving you the facts, but then giving you the help that's necessary. So live, don't die. 1-800-422-0009 is the crisis hotline number. Use it. It's okay to not be okay.
And on that note,
we ain't leaving.
No,
I gotta do
really.
this real quick,
Yes.
and it's gonna take me 30 seconds.
Let's
You
do
ready?
it. Yes.
Here we go. This Friday, today's Career Women, Sangria Patio Bar, 930 North Charles Street, Midtown Baltimore, 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Come out, ladies. Come out, ladies. Let's get it. It's all about the ladies. This weekend, third annual Thanksgiving feast, DC and Baltimore. DC, we're at Franklin Square Park, 1302 K Street Northwest. Downtown DC, right across the street from 14th and Park, right across the street from the Washington Post building. 11:30 to 2:30, or to whenever we're done.
Please make sure you find us and don't give your plates of food to the other organizations.
Yes.
I'm sorry,
yes.
I had to.
So there will be, because Widow's Pantry is going to be out there. We are not going to be inside of the park. We are going to be on the sidewalk across from the Washington Post building. Literally, before you even step foot into it on K Street between 12 and 13, we will be right there smack dab in the middle.
Listen for the music, because if we don't have a DJ, we'll have music in
Yes.
someone's car that's loud.
Yes. Actually, I'm going to get my cousin to bring the speaker for us.
Hey, there we go. So you'll hear
we're
us
gonna have
blocks
the
away.
music. But please, we are not inside of the park. We were on the outside.
On the sidewalk, right across the street from Washington Post Building,
Yes.
1302 K Street Northwest, downtown Baltimore, Sunday, 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Right across the street from Charm, Baltimore, right across the street from Ida B's, 407 East Saratoga Street. Donations, volunteers, everyone's welcome, including children. They might learn something. You'd be surprised. This is what can happen to you if you don't listen, if you don't get your education. It's not a game, it's serious. It's work, but we don't look at it as work. We look at it as we're giving these people that are homeless and less fortunate a day party. It'll be cool, so be mindful if you're coming out for the whole event. Dress appropriately, because after being 60, 65 Friday, that temperature is going to take a nosedive in the deep end, and it's gonna feel cold. So you might even catch me with a coat on. How about that?
Yes, and it's a chance that it will be raining, but it says that it will be raining more so in the afternoon, but just
Evening.
dress for the weather, please, because we are still going to feed these homeless because they're still going to be out there.
If it's doing anything on Sunday, don't worry about it. We'll be under the bridge, so we'll be dry, they'll be dry, you'll be dry.
Yes, and we are here. We have made it. It is almost 10 o'clock. Ooh. That wasn't supposed to happen.
But it did.
I know, but I couldn't talk anymore. Like, it was like,
We
it was
outta
on
here.
10 o'clock, yawn.
We out of here.
Good night.
Good
night. Again, we'll see you all next week.
Empowerment Essence, Skylyne Foundation.
And we're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. Hey, we're in a sports bar where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. Kyle Irby.
Cheryl Underwood.